We have had a lot happening around our house lately, and today I'm finally going to catch you up on all of it. We've had a couple of pretty big projects happening around here that I am so excited to share with you. I've purchased a new floor cleaning machine, and I think some of you are really going to like this. We are going to tackle an empty space here in my kitchen that I've been wanting to fill in and decorate. And I've also got something really exciting to share about Kelsey and her family and what they've been working on. Let's get our morning started and I'll catch you up on everything. So like I said, life around our house has looked a little different lately, and I feel like we are all still trying to settle in and adjust to our new routine. We are starting our mornings a whole lot earlier these days since Elizabeth is driving about 30 minutes away to college. I've been getting up earlier with her and just making sure that she's out the door and ready for the day. And apparently my stomach has decided that if we're going to get up this early, we're eating breakfast. I'm normally not a breakfast person, but I've been trying to get something with a good amount of protein in me first thing. I am still not convinced that I enjoy eating this early in the morning, but my stomach is already growling, so I guess we are just adjusting. And of course, if I'm going to be up this early, coffee is absolutely happening. Our schedule isn't the only thing that's been changing around here though. This was our guest bedroom, and this is actually going to become Elizabeth's room. Before we moved anything in, we completely emptied it and decided this was the perfect time to give the whole room a fresh start. We are painting everything from the ceiling all the way down to the baseboards. And I'm actually color drenching the room, so everything is going to be the same color. But paint was really only part of what needed to change. We've had carpet through our living room, hall, and guest bedroom for years, and there was actually a reason we kept it for as long as we did. When Elizabeth was younger, she wasn't always a full-time wheelchair user. She used a walker. So at that point, having a carpet with really good padding underneath it made sense for us. After her major spine surgery in 2020, things changed, and she eventually became a full-time wheelchair user. And as you can imagine, pushing a wheelchair across carpet every single day is just a whole lot harder than rolling across a hard surface. While we were at it, this bathroom floor was definitely ready for an update too. And of course, the carpet in her new bedroom needed to come out as well. We've known for a while that these floors eventually needed to go. Now, should we probably have done all of these floors back when we had the big renovation going on and the house was already torn apart? Probably. But that's just not how we do things. We pay for projects as we go rather than financing them. So sometimes that means one project has to wait until we're ready for the next one. This is what the floors actually look like before we moved in and put carpet down. Yeah, that lovely flooring was definitely not making a comeback. Once the new floors started going down though, I could already tell what a difference this was going to make, not just in how the house looked, but in how much easier it was going to be for Elizabeth to move through it. And after living with those old floors for so many years, here's where we ended up. It feels like a completely different house. And if all that wasn't enough to keep us busy, we've had something really exciting happening with Kelsey and her family too. They recently bought 7 acres of land out in the country and had their new home moved out there. So we spent some time watching all of that unfold. So this is not sponsored. I bought this wet dry vacuum mop with my own money. I did a ton of research, y'all, on these Tenneco wet dry mops, and I ended up with this one right here because I wanted it to have a vacuum and a mop all in one, and I wanted it to have this self-clean on it. And another big must for me was so that it could lay down flat so that I could get underneath all of our furniture. So this thing is actually a beast. I've tested it out a little bit last night when I put it together, but today I'm actually going to use it under this bay window real quick because we are going to decorate this area together. And I don't know about y'all, but there is just something about getting a new piece like this for your home that's going to make your life so much easier. Now, the only thing I don't like is that it does call for their cleaning solution, but when I really got to looking at it, this is a pretty big bottle, and it only calls for like half of a capful to do almost like all of my floors. So I didn't think that that was too bad. Now, I've already put water in it down here, so now it just says to put the cleaning solution in there, and you don't put hot water or anything. This thing just does it all on its own. Like, I have not put cleaner in it yet, but I have like played around with it and just used water on my floor, and the little areas that I cleaned on my floor just using water, I was kind of embarrassed that I really thought my floors were clean. Anyway, this is not a whole demonstration on the Tenneco video. I just wanted to show y'all something just in case you're needing something similar. This thing actually works so well that when we turned it on the Pro or the Max or one of those settings, it literally pulled Elizabeth in her wheelchair. So she held onto the handle and it took her all the way down the hall, because you don't have to push it. It literally like guides itself, and you just have to kind of steer it. So if you're somebody that struggles with mopping and even vacuuming and you have all hardwood floors, I'm about to show you how well this thing does. So as y'all can see, there's nothing in, this is what they call the dirty water tank. There's nothing in here. So I'm just gonna put that back on the machine. It just snaps in here, and then we'll see how dirty it is once I do just this very small space. Okay, so hopefully y'all can see that. That is just from that one little spot that I did. So this is going to save me so much time and back pain, honestly. Look at that, just from that one little square underneath the window. And it has picked up a ton of stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to show y'all that. And the cleaner does smell really good. Okay, and while we're waiting on those floors to dry, which they dry really fast because it wrings out, you know, it doesn't put out a whole lot of water, I'm gonna go ahead and empty the dirty water tank. Look at that. And then I'm gonna put this thing on the cleaner, the self-cleaning stand, and it charges when you put it on there and cleans it. Let me show y'all. So I just have the stand right here for now because I was kind of playing around with it. But you put the plug, you plug it in over there, and then you plug it into the wall, and then you just set it on the stand like so, and it will automatically start charging. You can see the light there. Then you hit this button up here and it will start to self-clean. Okay, and just FYI, when that thing is in the cleaning mode, it's kind of loud, so just keep that in mind. But anyway, let's get busy to decorate this space right here. So I went back and forth. Do I want to put stuff here in front of the window, or do I want to leave it open? Well, I've had it open for a very long time, and I think because we're getting into the fall season, I want to decorate it and just make it, I don't know, look more cozy and fall related over here. So instead of going out and buying anything at the thrift store or the antique store or anything new in general, I'm going to go around the house and just see what I already own that can possibly work here. So let's get busy. Okay, so I'm actually going to start in the center here with my biggest and heaviest piece. I got this at an antique store for a very inexpensive. It's just this wooden trunk here. I just love the old country look of this. Currently I have nothing in it because this used to sit under my TV. I've put something else there for now, and I'll be showing y'all what we did over there in another video. So I'm thinking maybe I could use this for extra dishes or something in the future, but I'm gonna live with it here for a little while just to make sure I actually like it here, because I am so bad about changing things around. So I like to live with it in a space for a little while. I don't want to put a bunch of dishes in it and then decide that I want to move it somewhere else. So we're just going to leave it empty for now because my dishes are all safe in another spot. Okay, the next thing that I want to add on top of that is this beautiful picnic basket that I got at Salvation Army. I love, love, love the colors in this. This is just another one of those pieces that you can use for fall, and it just tells you what the season is already. Even though I love to keep these colors out all year long, this reminds me of fall. Even though I said I was not going to put dishes in the chest on the bottom, I am going to put like some very small pieces like this that I'm not using right now, and kind of let this act as my filing cabinet for small dishes, things that I'm not putting in my decor right now, but that I don't want to put in the other chest that I'm using under my TV now that currently has all the dishes in it. So that way, if I do get this kind of full of dishes, I can take it over to the other chest and transfer them. And you may ask, well, why don't you just go ahead and put those dishes in that trunk now? Well, if you saw what was on that trunk, you would understand. We'll get into that another day. Give this a little dusting real quick. So here's what we're looking like in this space so far. I just have the chest and the basket. Okay, now I am going to take an antique store find. And it is this beautiful primitive wooden tray. I don't even know really what you call this. And I really love that this has like a different color and kind of like a different texture from the basket and the chest, and really just adds to the fall look I'm going for. So what I'm going to put in here to kind of bring in the fall colors as well is some of these thrifted pears. I'm also going to be using some of these pears and just kind of mixing the colors. And these are some of the most realistic looking pears that I've ever seen. So definitely check your Hobby Lobby if you would like some of these as well. So I have more of this color than I do of this. So I'm going to try to put these mostly on the bottom because I really want this color to kind of be the shining star here, because I just think they have that beautiful fall color to them. Okay, so here's what we're working with now, just slowly building here. I think that's all I'm going to put there in the middle. It's so gorgeous. Okay, next I'm going to add this little wooden chair that I got at an antique shop. I usually keep this around our drop leaf table in the middle of the kitchen, but I have both of those sides down. And so I have found that I wanted something to kind of fill in this space over here. So the little chair is doing it for now. But definitely stay tuned, because I did just go to an estate sale and bought something else that I think might work here even better. I'll be sharing that with y'all really soon. It is something that I have been looking for years, and I finally found one. So we'll see if it ends up taking this little chair's place. But because I have a lot of wood going on here right now, what I want to do is kind of soften it up with a linen of some sort. So you can see I've got the wood of the chest, and then the wood of the hutch to the left there, and then the dark colors of the floor. So I thrifted this little table cover. It's really big. It looks like a gigantic doily, but it fits on like a little small table. And what I'm going to do is just drape this kind of over the corner and the back. That way, if we do need to pull this out and use it, it's not really in anybody's way. They can just still sit down on there. But for styling purposes, and because I just love the way real food and real things look in my home, because I do actually use these things, I'm just going to bring in this thrifted basket with our potatoes on it, because I'm kind of running out of room on my countertops. Believe it or not, I have a lot going on up there with food right now. And because this chair is not something we use on the daily, those will be there for now, and I can easily just pick them up and move them if I need to. So there's that. I'm really liking how this is all looking, but I do feel like I want to add something else over here. I'm gonna go see if I can find something to fit between this little piece here and this basket. I don't know, I just feel like it needs something like a little more height just to kind of make it make sense there with the chair. Okay, so I think I found the perfect piece. It's a different wood tone and color. So that's going to really help with what I'm trying to do over here. And it's just this old silverware box. And I just had it in storage. So I'm just going to give this a little bit of a dust. And yeah, I think that this is going to definitely give me a little more height in this area that I was craving. So now I'm just going to put this tray back on with the pears. And I think that this piece here in the middle now looks a lot more complete. Yes, I like this so much better. Adding that little silverware box brings in just a different kind of tone of wood. It almost kind of matches the bottom. So in my opinion, it just kind of helps it all tie together. Okay, so let me bring over the last little finishing touch for this area, but I definitely want to get y'all's opinion on something in the living room before we go. So I felt like just something else needed to go over here on the other side to kind of balance this all out. And I think this vase from Hobby Lobby and these stems that are so realistic from Michael's definitely did just what I needed them to do. So I'm definitely loving how this space looks. I am not used to having anything here in front of this window, so this is definitely different for me, but I really like it because I feel like it's still got air coming between everything, like, you know, some room to breathe, and it's not just one big piece of furniture. So yeah, what do y'all think? I think this is just kind of different. Y'all know that I don't normally do what everybody else is doing, kind of have my own little style, but I really think that this came together really pretty. I think we got quite a bit accomplished today, and I am so glad that I finally got to catch you up on everything that's been happening around here. And before you go, I need some help. What do you think about the floors, first of all? And I am definitely in the market for a new living room rug. The one I have here is really just helping me kind of visualize what a rug would look like in the space. And because I know it is way too small, I'll have to find one probably twice its size. I'd really like something neutral, low pile, and preferably washable. So if you have one that you absolutely love or know somewhere I should be looking, leave me your recommendations in the comments because I need some help with this one. If you enjoyed spending the evening with me, give this video a thumbs up, hype the video, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll know when that next video goes live. We hope y'all have a wonderful evening. We love y'all, and I'll see you day after tomorrow with a brand new video.